Alright, yeah, so if you're having trouble with your jump shot, 2K is all about great timing. Have you guys ever been in a situation where you see a friend of yours greening consistently and you go put on the same jump shot but you can't green just as consistent? This may very well be due to controller input lag, and I want to help you guys fix that. What's good, AllCity fam? I'm AllCity and thank you for tuning in. As always, before we continue this video, I would love to invite you guys to the #1 NBA 2K22 Discord. If you guys are looking for players to run with on NBA 2K22, join our Discord. We would love to have you. Now let's get you guys right and get you guys green consistently out there. Being that 2K is all about user timing and you need to have that really good timing to green consistently, you definitely do not want any type of controller input lag. To help you guys understand, controller input lag is like how responsive it is from when you actually input something into your controller, you actually trigger something, and the responsiveness that you get when you see it on screen. So this is what I've been noticing. I've had trouble with this myself. I noticed it tremendously this morning when I logged on and I hit the lab. I was in Pro Am and I'm like, hold on, something is tremendously wrong. So I just broke it down to basics, just try to go left, right, and there was such a tremendous amount of lag. The way in which I fixed that for me in particular, and I'm going to give you guys a bunch of different ways to fix controller input lag, but there's a button on the back side of your controller. I play on PS5. There's a button on the back side to the right of where it says Sony. What you want to do is stick a toothpick, or you can stick like a safety pin in there, hold it for a few seconds. There's a little hole, you're gonna see it in there. It will just hold it for a few seconds, and what this does is it resets your controller, and that's what you want to do. And I noticed it immediately. That's why I said I have to make a video about this, because then I went back into the lab and I was greening everything, and everything felt so much more responsive. You guys may very well be suffering from the same issue. Especially if you see a friend of yours hitting with a good jump shot, they give you the jump shot, you put it on and it's not greening, not nearly as consistently. Sure enough, you do got to get your user timing right to like get to know a jump shot, but when you feel you know it, you should be greening consistently, especially wide open shots. You may be suffering from controller input lag, so that's going to be your first step for fixing controller input lag, is resetting your controller. The next step that you want to do is go into your controller settings, which we're going to bring up right here. We're going to go into controller settings. You're going to hit accessories at the bottom there. You're going to click on wireless controller, then you're going to go into controller settings here, and you're going to scroll down to communication method. Now what you want to do, if you want the highest amount of responsiveness for your controller to what you trigger and what you receive on screen, you're going to set this to USB cable. But mind you, you're going to have your USB cable plugged in from your next gen console into your controller. So you want to make sure that's set up if you want the optimum, like the top level responsiveness with no type of interference. Because keep in mind, Bluetooth, you can receive some level of interference. If you have a cell phone between your controller and your PlayStation, that could cause a certain level of interference. There's all sorts of things that could cause interference, and if you want like the optimum level of responsiveness, you may want to connect via USB. There's other factors to consider, such as latency and bandwidth, which you got to take care of with your ISP, your internet service provider. But outside of that, normally, especially for me, I experienced it today personally, so I had to make a video and put you guys on game. If you haven't learned about controller input lag, just reset that controller or prioritize your controller settings to USB, and it may help you guys out tremendously. I noticed ASAP in the Pro Am arena. You guys may notice it as well. I hope you guys found this video helpful and or informative, and if you did, please consider dropping a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, as we intend to have a ton of 2K22 content coming your way. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.